So do you ever feel like you're falling behind on your retirement savings no matter what your age is? If so, you are in the right place. Today, we're diving into a crucial financial discussion and question posed by Jeff, a Gen Xer who's looking for guidance on securing his financial future. It's a query that many of us can relate to. What should you do when you feel like you're playing catch up with your retirement goals? We're going to tell you. But before we do, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't fall behind on your financial education. See what I did there? Let's hear from our caller, Jeff.
Joe and OG, I'm following your sage financial advice and I've achieved the following. I'm maxing out pre-tax retirement and the catch-up, adding to my small balance of 150K, contributing 8K annually to my IRA, opened a standard 3-fund index brokerage account. I'm contributing $8,000 annually to my son's 529. I've paid off all non-secured debt, credit cards, and student loans. I have 2 small car loans totaling $40,000 with $23,000 in equity. I'm halfway through paying my mortgage with $250,000 left, refied at 2.8%. I've done everything you should be doing at the age of 30. The only catch is that I'm 50 years old. Gen X, cramming to meet retirement goals in a 15-year time frame. Should I pay off my house? Should I start stacking deeds for future income? Should I only invest in fixed rates because I don't have time to make up for losses? I feel like it's too late to focus on the standard 3-fund index brokerage account unless I repurpose it as my son's future retirement account. What should a 50-year-old Gen Xer do to make up for lost time?
Sweet. Thanks, Jeff. I'm a Gen Xer. Are you a Gen Xer?
I am absolutely a Gen Xer. Coolest generation ever. That's why we stole the cool letter.
Tail end of it. But more of a younger Gen Xer than a more senior citizen Gen Xer. Like,
can we answer Jeff's question? We don't need to know how handsome you think you are and how youthful. Let's get to Jeff.
Here's the thing, Jeff. This is the problem that most people think of when it comes to saving and investing. They get to 50 or 40s or 55 and go, yeah, I'm out of time. I screwed up. There's no hope for me whatsoever. I heard him say that he's saving 30 grand a year in his 401k. I heard him saying that he's putting $8,000 a year into an IRA, which I guess maybe is a Roth or a backdoor. I guess he's putting some money in a brokerage account too. I couldn't keep track of all the numbers he's throwing out there. Low debt. I don't know that I would totally characterize the car payment as I just have a little car balance of 40K. I guess relative to the purchase price of brand new trucks these days, maybe that's a little low, but that's obviously something to work on. But here's the great news. The power of compounding is so profound that we can't possibly imagine how it works. It doesn't make sense in our brains. And this is the big aha moment is when you just accept the fact that doing the same thing over and over and over again for the next 15 years will be okay. It's not going to be as great as if you did it when you're 30, 100%. You're right. If you'd have done this when you were 30, you'd be in a different spot today. But arguably, you might be in a different spot with everything too. You can't really just say, well, if I would have done this when I was 30, I'd have $10 million when I retired. Maybe not. Maybe you'd have retired when you were 50 and retired with the same dollar amount. So who knows? My point is that if you've got $150,000 today and you're saving $35,000, $40,000 a year, which is a profound amount of savings, that number is likely to increase, right? The 401k limits are going to increase each year. You're going to get pay raises each year probably. Should you buckle down maybe and save a little bit more? Up to you. But here's the great news. With just a normal 9% rate of return, you will get $1.8 million in 15 years, which is a whole bunch of money from $150,000 at 40K a year, right? Like it just doesn't even seem like that's right. If you can somehow manage to make this work out to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 years, and you'd say, well, I don't want to work until I'm freaking 70, but hey, 70 is the new 50, so maybe you do want to. That number turns into $3 million. So somewhere between 65 and 70, you'll have somewhere between $1.8 million and $3 million. Plus, if you're saving all this money, you probably have really decent income. So Social Security will be around at 67 or 68 or 69 or 70. And that's another $3,000 or $4,000 a month of cash flow also. If you have a spouse, there's some other money there. So from a retirement perspective, I don't know how much money you make, and I don't know how much money you need to live on. But if you just do the thing that you're doing right now, you don't have to swing for the fences. This is where people get in trouble. People get in trouble because they say, I'm 50, I have to swing for the fences on every investment. I got to go buy 1,000 rental properties, or I have to be super aggressive in my investment portfolio. No, you don't. You just have to average something less than the market does. The S&P averages 10% a year. Do 9. You're totally fine. Stick with your 3-fund portfolio. Do it for the next 15 years.
Yeah, but OG, one of his main questions was, what do I pay off first?
Well, I mean, that's super easy. Obviously the cars, and not the house, because from a snowball method, you've got you're not going to pay off a $250,000 house anytime soon. Probably. I don't know. I'm just saying, maybe he's got tons of extra money, but at 2% interest, or 2.8, whatever number he said, the arbitrage of investing versus paying the debt off, I would definitely be investing today versus paying the house off. Because again, 15 years from now, that $200,000 mortgage is down to a $100,000 balance, and you've got $2 million in the bank. So, and a ton of equity in the house. And if you want to move, there's a lot of pros to that, staying on that path, which is another interesting thing, because that's, you think about the payoff on your house and how it seems like it will never happen. And yet everybody, you get to pay your house off, right? You pay it for 30 years. It eventually works, right? It's the same thing with investing. Just do the thing that you're doing and don't deviate. The biggest problem that people run into is trying to do too much, trying to, get out in front of their skis and saying, well, I saw on TikTok that I'm supposed to do this, or the Reddit Wall Street bets, I'm going to start doing, 0 dated options, because YOLO, I'm 50, I don't have enough money. Just do your thing. You'll have $2 million. It'll happen.
And there you have it, folks. Insights from the Stacking Benjamins podcast that are relevant to anyone concerned about their retirement savings, regardless of age. Hey, remember, it's never too early or too late to take control of your financial future. If you found this video helpful, be sure to hit that like button, share it with friends, and subscribe to our channel for more financial tips and insights. Whether you're just starting out or well into your 50s, not like me, but other people, these lessons can make a significant difference in your financial journey. Have questions or want to share your financial experiences? Drop a comment below or go head on over to our basement group on Facebook. We want to keep this conversation going. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you on the Stacking Benjamins podcast.